Legend of Yufei Chapter 79.
It all kicks off at Shepherd City. The city's defender is this character, West Cloud Maiden, or Jiun. She's incredibly formidable, a skilled warrior, but she's completely distracted.
Yeah, that's the core problem, isn't it? She's captured an enemy general, Wu Lian, and she's become so infatuated that her whole mission focus just collapses. She's forgetting the war, forgetting revenge for her parents, all for this guy.
And this isn't just internal turmoil, it spills right out onto the battlefield, which is strategically disastrous. We see it clearly when she basically lets one of her own allies get killed, Wan Yin-shou.
Right, he's defeated by the Song forces, and Xian just watches.
Pretty much, she allows him to be killed. And the reason, it turns out Wan Yin-shou was the one who killed Wu Lian's close comrade Wu Yang.
So she's settling a personal score for her captive, using her military command. That's why.
It's an act of vengeance, yeah, but on behalf of the man she wants to marry, it shows everyone where her loyalties now lie with him, not her own side. And, right after that debt is settled, she goes straight for the proposal.
Through her maid, right. Gaihong delivers the message.
Yep. The offer is marry Shun, become the marshal, get this massive promotion, basically everything.
It sounds like a dream deal for a prisoner of war. Power, status, marriage to the powerful captor. Should be an easy yes.
You'd think so, but Wu Lian is a man defined by his martial honor. He doesn't refuse the marriage itself, interestingly. He refuses what he calls an improper union.
The Geihei, what does that mean exactly?
It's crucial. It means a hasty or illicit union. Something rushed without the proper social ceremonies, without legitimacy. For someone like Wu Lian, whose whole identity is tied up in honor and reputation, accepting a marriage like that under duress, it would just be shameful. He'd be ridiculed forever.
Okay. So he's using the cultural rules themselves as a shield. It's like saying, you can hold my body captive, but not my honor.
Precisely. He insists on custom. Specifically, he demands a proper intermediary, a matchmaker, the Mei, and here's the kicker.
Let me guess. There's a catch.
A huge one. The matchmaker must come from the Song camp, from his own side.
Wow. Okay, that's brilliant, actually. Saying no probably means death, but demanding that, he's basically setting her an impossible task.
Almost impossible, yeah. It forces her hand. Does she want him enough to try and achieve this ridiculous military objective? Capture a high-ranking enemy general alive and unharmed, specifically to officiate a wedding.
And she takes the bait. She doesn't see it as a polite no. She sees it as a tactical challenge.
She absolutely does. Her entire military plan for the next day becomes Operation Get a Matchmaker. It just shows how far off track her strategic thinking has gone because of this infatuation.
So the next day arrives. Xian rides out, focused on this one goal. Meanwhile, back in the Song camp, the commander Yu Lei is wary. He knows Xian has these strange methods. She already injured two of his men, Yu Ting and Fan Cheng, with weird attacks before.
Right. They know they're not dealing with standard cavalry tactics here, and they're proven right almost immediately. General Ji Chengling goes out first. He engages Shun, and within moments, she uses her first trick weapon, the yin pellet.
The yin pellet. And this isn't like a cannonball, right? It's something else entirely.
Totally different. It hits him, and the description says he starts shivering violently, uncontrollably. Like intense cold just takes over his body. He falls right off his horse. It's not brute force. It's some kind of elemental attack. It's a systemic shock.
Okay, that's pretty potent. Then what happens?
Well, his comrade, Luo Hong, sees him fall and rushes in to rescue him. Bad move. Xiun immediately hits Luo Hong with the Yang pellet.
Yang. So the opposite. Fire, maybe?
Exactly. This one's incredibly hot and powerful. The text says it burns Luo Hong's eyebrows clean off, just sears them instantly. He falls too. So boom, boom, two generals down using these opposing elemental forces.
She's like an elemental sorceress on horseback. The Song guys must be completely thrown off until Nutong shows up.
Yes. Nutong, the legendary powerhouse. He completely dismisses her power, her status, and then the ultimate insult.
What does he say?
He basically mocks her romantic goal by suggesting she forget about marrying a marshal and just become his little wife.
Ouch. That's targeted disrespect right there. He's attacking her pride, her ambition, everything.
And it works. Xian gets furious. That anger makes her reckless. She fights him for about 10 rounds, realizes he's genuinely too strong, too much of an absolute unit to beat conventionally. So, in desperation, she pulls out her ultimate weapon, the white dragon sash.
The Bai Long Day. What does this one do?
She throws it up. It glows bright white and instantly wraps around Nutong, binding him super tight. immobilized. And the story makes a point here about just how magical this thing is. Song soldiers rush in, trying to cut Nutong free with their knives. But the moment the blades touch the sash, they just curl up. The text says it's like hitting molten metal, like iron entering a red furnace, completely resistant to normal weapons.
Okay, so this sash is seriously powerful, unbreakable by conventional means. She's got him. She finally has her matchmaker.
She has Nutong, yes. She won the duel, but here's the crucial part, the strategic lesson. She hasn't won the battle.
Look at me.
The rest of the Song army is still right there. While she's trying to drag the bound Nutong away, they just unleash hell. Massed crossbow fire, cannons, just overwhelming conventional firepower.
Ah, so the magic sash might be knife-proof, but it's not arrow-proof or cannonball-proof, or maybe just the sheer volume.
Exactly. The sheer volume of projectiles forces her to retreat back into Shepherd City. She has to abandon Nutong, still wrapped in the sash. She gets away, but empty-handed.
Wow. So the ultimate magical artifact, this unbreakable sash, is effectively defeated by basic mass-produced military hardware.
Precisely. It's a fantastic point about the limits of individual magical power versus organized, numerous, technologically equipped forces. Magic is powerful, but maybe not scalable or defensible in the same way.
And poor Nutong, back in the Song camp.
Well, he's safe from Xian, but he's still stuck in the sash. They can't get it off him. It becomes this kind of awkward problem. Yulei actually has to post a huge reward, 1,000 taels of silver, just to find someone who knows how to undo this magic binding.
Huh. So the magic is powerful, but also incredibly specific and maybe even inconvenient.
Exactly. It highlights the brittle nature of such power. Meanwhile, Xian is back in her city, completely demoralized. The source says she's bule, just gloomy, unhappy. She used her best tricks, her ultimate weapons, and still failed to get her prize.
She must realize then that just riding out and dueling people isn't going to work against a whole army.
She does. It's a moment of realization. Every time she wins a one-on-one, the Song army just swarms in and rescues their guy. Direct confrontation is getting her nowhere.
And this is where Kahong, the maid, steps up again.
Yes. And she pivots from being a romantic go-between to suddenly being the sharpest military strategist in the room. It's quite a turn.
What did she suggest?
Kai Hong points out the obvious flaw. Stop fighting them head-on in the open field where they have numbers. Her advice is pure deception. Use a Jia Bai Yang Shu, a feigned defeat.
A fake retreat.
Exactly. Lure a specific target, the one you want to capture, away from the main army. Draw him into an isolated spot, like a narrow mountain valley, somewhere you can guarantee a clean capture without the entire Song army interfering.
That makes so much sense. It's about isolating the target, using terrain and psychology instead of just magical firepower.
Right. It's shifting from brute force to cunning. And Shin's apparently delighted. She immediately sees the tactical advantage. Kai Hong, the non-combatant maid, provides the key strategic insight that the powerful warrior general missed.
It really shows that the goal isn't just raw power. It's about applying the right kind of pressure in the right place.
Precisely. Isolate the individual. That needs deception, not just overwhelming force.
Okay, so Xiun is now planning this elaborate fake retreat strategy. But what about Wu Lian? The whole reason for this mess.
Ah, yes. While Xiun is busy strategizing her next move on the battlefield, the original source of her distraction is about to, well, exploit that very distraction.
Wu Lian's still captive inside the city, right?
Yes, but the irony is thick here. Because Xiun wants to marry him, his treatment as a prisoner has become lax. He's getting good food, wine, comforts, and the guards assigned to him. They see him as the future marshal, their future boss.
Oh, that's not good security protocol.
Not at all. And Wu Lian is smart. He picks up on this immediately. He starts playing on their expectations, their greed.
How does he do that?
He chats with them, asks about the fighting, acts like his marriage and promotion are imminent. He dangles the prospect of future rewards. He tells these 4 guards, basically, stick with me, and when I'm marshal, I'll make each of you at least a 1,000-man captain.
Huge promotions.
He's leveraging their hope for future gain to create present-day carelessness. Very clever. Extremely. He gets them all excited, anticipating the celebration. And then he suggests they celebrate a bit early. He encourages them to go get some wine. Not just any wine, but the local specialty. Top grade, spicy, crisp wine. Din La Su.
The Dinasu. the real MVP of this chapter.
You could say that. They get this potent wine, they start drinking, celebrating their future promotions with their future boss, and they drink until they are, as the text vividly puts it, roaring drunk, passing out completely, just east to west, wherever they fall, total security breakdown.
All thanks to promises and some strong liquor.
Yep. The combination of greed and intoxication. While they're all asleep, Wulian just quietly gets up, slips past them, and walks out the back.
He just walks out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He encounters a small patrol later, but manages to evade them by quickly leaping over a nearby wall. He disappears into the city defenses. His exact location isn't known, but he's free from immediate captivity. The marriage threat is gone.
So the heavily guarded, high-value prisoner escapes not through force or rescue, but by exploiting basic human weaknesses in his guards. Wulian has just escaped his Jin captors. He needs to disappear, like, now.
Right. He scrambles over a wall, finds himself in this big, fancy flower garden structure, but then he hears voices.
So he needs cover.
Exactly. He dives into the nearest, darkest spot he can find.
Which turns out to be?
Underneath a rather grand bed in one of the pavilion rooms. Now, the hiding spot itself isn't the main thing, it's what he overhears from there. He becomes this sort of accidental, perfectly positioned spy.
Eavesdropping on the enemy.
Yeah.
And who walks in?
It's the Ruxian County princess. She's the daughter of the Jin King Wanyan Shou, who just died. And she is, well, she's clearly devastated. Weeping, just come from her father's memorial. She's only got 2 trusted maidservants with her.
Okay, so a private moment of grief.
Which turns into a critical intelligence leak. The maids, trying to comfort her, they stop with the vague condolences and spill the real story behind Wanyan Shou's death. It wasn't just bad luck in battle.
There's more to it.
Much more. It turns out his death is directly linked to the power struggle over Wulian himself.
And this involves the sorceress, right?
Yeah.
Shi-Yun's sister.
Mm-hmm.
The maids apparently call her a vile person.
They do. Scathing contempt, yeah. They reveal that Shi-Yun captured Wulian, but then she refused to hand him over. Just flat out refused. Because, and the text is explicit here, she thought he was extremely handsome and basically decided she wanted to marry him. Personal desire trumping military protocol.
Wow. Okay, so Shi-Yun's obsession with Wulian holds things up.
Completely. It delays key military actions. Wanyan Shou, her commander and Rikitsian's father, gets absolutely furious about this insubordination. She won't release the prisoner, won't follow the plan. So he, in anger, charges into battle recklessly.
Without proper support.
Exactly. And gets killed. Directly because Shi-Yun put her romantic interests before her duty.
So Rikitsian hears this? That must be devastating and infuriating.
Totally. She's enraged, biting her teeth, the text says. She immediately swears this oath to the Jin ruler, the Wolf Master, that she'll see Shi-Yun cut into 1,000 pieces. Vengeance becomes her sole focus.
And Wulian hears all this from under the bed. His escape almost becomes secondary now, doesn't it? His survival depends on using this new information.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating, and you mentioned this, is even in that moment, hiding for his life, listening to this murder plot, he's still noticing details about Rixian.
Yeah, the description of her beauty is incredibly detailed, isn't it? Coming from his perspective under the bed, May blossom, changes descending, even her narrow golden lotuses, her feet.
It tells you he's sharp. He's not just, admiring the view. He's instantly assessing the situation. Her influence, her family line, the sheer depth of her anger. He sees an opportunity.
Less romance, more strategic assessment.
Absolutely. He's looking at a high-value asset, someone driven by this incredibly powerful motive revenge, which just happens to align perfectly with his own needs. Survival, escape, maybe even defection.
So the scene is set. Potential allies forged in, well, grief and planned bloodshed. The maids leave. Rixian eventually drifts off to sleep.
And Wulian makes his move, crawls out, restrains her.
She wakes up screaming, right? Thinks he's a thief.
Or worse, yeah. But credit to Rixian, she doesn't just panic. She grabs a sword, demands to know who he is. She's not submitting easily.
That forces his hand. He can't just use force.
Right. He has to switch tactics fast.
Yeah.
Diplomacy, manipulation, and this is where he gets really clever.
Okay, so what's his play?
He identifies himself Song General Wulian, captured by Shi-Yun's magic. Standard stuff. But then comes the twist, the lie that changes everything.
What does he tell her?
He claims he refused Shi-Yun's marriage proposal. Why? Because he saw she was putting her lust her personal desire above her duty to her commander Rixian's own father.
Oh, that's brilliant. He flips it. He makes himself sound noble.
Exactly. He frames himself as the principled one who rejected the lustful, duty-shirking Shi Yun. He basically implies Shi Yun let her father die because she was so obsessed with him, Wu Linan.
So he takes the facts they both know Shi Yun wanted him, Wang Yunshou died because of the delay, and twists the motivation to make himself a fellow victim, someone who also suffered from Shi Yun's actions.
It's masterclass psychological manipulation. And it works. It allows him to make this incredibly brazen proposal.
Which is,
He says, basically, look, my being here has already compromised your reputation. So logically, we should get married.
wait, just like that, marry the guy who just crawled out from under your bed.
Well, there's more to it. He frames it strategically. We marry, then together we kill Shi Yun. Avenge your father.
Okay, revenge, that makes sense for her.
Then, he continues, we defect to the Song dynasty, and as a bonus, we surrender Muyang City to them. We'll get a massive imperial reward.
Wow, that's... Marriage, murder, treason, and profit, all rolled into one neat package.
It's the ultimate hostile takeover, essentially, merging personal vendetta with political defection.
How does Ruixian react? Does she actually buy this?
What's really interesting is she doesn't seem swept away by emotion or any fake romance. She thinks about it like a politician, coldly, logically.
She assesses him.
Right, she studies him, notes his heroic build, thinks, okay, this guy could actually be a future pillar of the state. He looks the part.
But is that enough?
No, the real deciding factor is her own political calculation. She looks at the Jin dynasty, sees the current ruler as licentious and without principles. She thinks the whole kingdom is probably doomed anyway.
So loyalty isn't a factor for her.
Not really. Her best move, she figures, is to jump ship to the rising power, the Song, and securing her future with a potentially heroic Song general. That makes political sense.
Pragmatism wins out.
Totally. Personal revenge plus political survival. It outweighs any lingering loyalty to the Jin. So she agrees, but there's a condition.
Let me guess. Shi Yun.
Exactly. She agrees only if Wu Lian absolutely guarantees Shi Yun will die. That's her price. Non-negotiable.
He agrees, presumably.
He does. They seal the deal, basically, and they spend the rest of the night cementing their alliance and working out the details for the assassination plan.
Okay, so the plan is set. What happens next? The morning comes.
Predictably, Shi Yun finds out Wu Lian has escaped. She is, as you'd expect, furious, doesn't find him anywhere. So she does what she does best, rides out to challenge the Song camp, probably hoping to flush him out or just vent her anger.
Meanwhile, at the Song camp,
The main commander, Yu Lei, he's cautious. He knows Shi Yun's magic is dangerous. He puts up a no-challenge sign. Smart move. Don't engage the sorceress directly.
but there's always someone eager for glory.
Always. In this case, it's the fourth prince, Yulin. He sees the sign, sees Shi Yun, and basically says, forget that, I'm fighting this demoness. He wants the glory.
And Shi Yun sees him ride out. Does she recognize him?
Not initially as a major threat, it seems. Her first reaction, according to the text, is again about appearance. She thinks, my word, another handsome young man.
Seriously, she hasn't learned.
Apparently not. It seems to be her fatal flaw. She immediately tries to persuade him to surrender, offering him a high position if he joins her side. She sees potential conquests, not necessarily opponents.
So they fight.
Oh yeah, a proper duel. 70, 80 rounds. It's a serious fight. Shi Yun realizes she might not win conventionally.
So she resorts to magic.
Exactly. She pretends to be defeated, lures Yulin away from the main camp into this remote mountainous area, perfect ambush spot. Then she unleashes her signature weapon.
White dragon belt.
The white dragon belt. She throws it into the air. Now, you need to understand, this thing isn't just a belt. It's a powerful, magical capturing device. It binds enemies, neutralizes them instantly. It's how she caught Wu Lian. When that belt comes out, the fight should be over.
Should be, but...
Just as it's about to hit Yulin, we get that classic trope, the unexpected intervention. A powerful figure appears seemingly out of nowhere.
Who is it this time?
A Taoist priest, riding out from the mountainside, and the description makes it clear he's on another level entirely.
What does he look like?
9-beam crown, 7-star robe, riding a water-splitting rhino, which sounds amazing, and carrying an ancient sword. This guy radiates serious mystical power. Not your average village priest.
Okay, so cosmic backup has arrived. What does he do about the belt?
It's almost anticlimactic how easily he deals with it. He just raises his hand. The white dragon belt, this terrifying weapon, just shrinks down and disappears into his sleeve. Gone. Neutralized. Effortlessly.
Wow. Qian must be shocked.
Shocked and furious. She calls him a demon sorcerer. She's not beaten yet, though. She throws her backup magic, these yin and yang pellets, like magical darts.
And the Taoist.
Just as easily handles them. Catches one in his bare hand, the other just gets absorbed into his sleeve. He basically dismisses her entire magical arsenal without breaking a sweat.
Okay, now she must be terrified.
Absolutely. Seeing her best magic rendered useless. That's it. She knows she's outmatched. She wheels her horse around and flees. Panicked, racing back towards the city walls for safety.
So let's pause there. This Taoist intervention, it feels significant. It's like the story needed a reset button for the magic.
That's a great way to put it. It's very common in these kinds of stories. When a magical villain gets too powerful for the human heroes to handle, often an external, even more powerful force, usually religious or supernatural, steps in. Not always to finish the fight, but to level the playing field, to remove the magical advantage.
So the Taoist clears the path for the human plot to succeed.
Precisely. The magic is off the table now. It allows the plan Wulian and Ruixian cooked up, the very human strategy, to actually take center stage. Xiyun is running back, vulnerable.
And Yulin and the Taoist are pursuing her.
Yes. She races towards the city, thinking she's almost safe.
But who's waiting for her on the city wall?
Ruixian County Princess. Ready to play her part, she acts quickly, orders the drawbridge lowered. Then she goes down herself to open the main gate, putting on this show of welcoming Xiyun back.
Welcoming her into the trap.
The ultimate betrayal. Xiyun rides in, probably relieved to be inside the walls, heading into the Urn City.
That's the enclosed defensive area just inside the main gate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Designed to trap attackers.
Exactly. The perfect kill box. And just as Xiyun enters that space, the trap springs.
Wulian makes his move.
Wulian, who was hiding in plain sight, disguised as just another one of Ruixian's followers. He steps out suddenly from the shadows.
No magic needed this time.
Nope. All human action now. He uses a simple waist knife. One quick, decisive blow, and he cuts the sorceress, Xiyun, in half.
Just like that. The powerful magic user, defeated by a knife in a gateway.
Simple, low-tech betrayal.
Driven by revenge and survival.
Exactly. And the narrative points this out, calling her a beautiful woman turned resentful ghost.
Yuli's army arrives at Muyang City. Surprise, the Jin general, Xiyun, defeated.
And there's more. There's this young woman, a princess, they call her Junzu, who's actually leading mass surrenders.
She's sided with the Song forces. It's a huge, totally unexpected win for Yulai right at the start.
But it wasn't Yulai's standard army that pulled this off, was it?
Not at all. The real key here is this mysterious helper who shows up just in time. A Taoist named Shichen.
Ah, the Penglai Sanren, the recluse from the mythical Penglai Mountains.
That's him. He appears seemingly out of nowhere, rescues Yulai's brother, Yulin, and basically secures the city.
So right away, it's clear Shisen handles problems that your typical commander can't.
Precisely. As soon as the dust settles, everyone turns to him because they have a problem.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack this. This is where Shisen really starts his work, the demystification part.
Right. 5 key officers, Yu Ting, Fen Cheng, Ji Chengliang, Luo Hong, and Nu Tong, are badly wounded.
Hit by these things the enemy calls yin-yang pellets. And the Song camp is convinced these are some kind of, like, magic bullets.
They're terrified, basically. But what's fascinating is Shisen's reaction. No big ceremony, no complex magic.
What does he do?
He just takes 4 medicinal pills, dissolves them in water, gives it to the generals.
And they're instantly healed, just like that.
Instantly restored. It's a powerful display. But the real point he's making is about the enemy's weapons. He's saying, my knowledge is real, their threat might not be.
We see that again with Nu Tong, right? He was tied up.
Yeah, bound by this cord that seemed incredibly strong. Even after Shisen frees him to just a point of his hand.
Wait, just a point of his hand?
Even after that, Nu Tong tries to hack the cord with his own knife and can't even scratch it.
So everyone's thinking, okay, this is a magical artifact. Unbreakable.
Naturally. But then Shisen just starts laughing. He pulls out another cord, identical.
What is the big reveal?
He explains these super strong binding belts were actually just the reinforced foot wraps.
Buja, does he?
Foot wraps. You're kidding?
Yeah.
Like for ankle support.
Exactly. Specially woven, probably tough, but ultimately just thick cloth. Made to look scary.
And the yin-yang pellets?
Yeah.
Shisen shows them the white ones were just molded lead powder. The red ones, rouged powder. Basically, makeup and lead dust.
And the Song forces get it. They start calling him Immortal Master Shixianshi.
Right. And things move quickly on the political front, too. Wu Li marries the princess. Yulei integrates her forces.
Sets himself up for the next push north. Everything's looking up.
Well, for a moment. Because the main Jin leader, Wuzhu Wanyan Wuzhu, he's no fool. He hears about Moyang City.
And he's not impressed by his general's cheap tricks failing.
Not at all. He understands the real threat Shisen represents. So Wuzhu escalates dramatically. He doesn't look for a better general. He looks for supernatural backup. Real backup. He travels to Wanjin Mountain.
To find who?
The Wuling Saint Mother from Kanhua Cave. She's presented as a genuine spiritual power.
Okay, so Wuzhu is replacing theatrical deception with, well, potentially real power.
That seems to be the plan. The Saint Mother agrees to help, and she promises to bring her elite troops.
The fish-scale army, how many?
3,000 units. And Wuzhu, hearing Muyang is lost for good, immediately pivots. He sets up a defense line.
Where?
At the Shenhua River. The Saint Mother promises to set up a formidable military formation there.
This sounds like a massive undertaking.
Oh, it is. The text says over just 3 days, Wuzhu pulls together 10 divisions. That's 100,000 men.
100,000? Where are they all coming from?
Reinforcements drawn from 6 nations and 3 regions. This isn't just a local defense. It's the Jin consolidating everything up north.
Okay, so the military buildup is huge. But Wuzhu tries something else first. Right, before the fighting starts.
Yes, this is where it gets really interesting strategically. He tries psychological warfare again, but aimed differently.
How so?
He sends a message to Yulei. Basically says, look, the Song Emperor back home, he's fine, secure.
Implying the war's objectives are already met.
Sort of. He adds that peace envoys, Hezu and Cao Sun, are already negotiating an end to the war.
Ah, so he's painting Yulei as the obstacle to peace.
Exactly. He flat out accuses Yulei of being greedy for merit, pushing forward a war that the emperor wants to end, just for personal glory.
That's clever. He's trying to undermine Yulei's authority, maybe cut off his support back home.
It's a brilliant political move. Trying to isolate Yulei.
But Yulei doesn't buy it.
Not for a second. He fires back immediately, rejects the peace offer, says he doesn't care about the envoys.
What's his justification?
Pure retribution. He says the only goal is justice for the kidnapping of the 2 previous Song emperors and for all the Song people killed by the Jin.
So he reframes it, not about territory or glory, but about righting historical wrongs. A moral crusade.
Precisely. He counters Wuzhu's political attack perfectly. Now the lines are drawn. Wuzhu's pragmatism versus Yulei's quest for justice.
The stage is set for a massive battle.
Wuzhu sends the formal challenge. Battle lines are drawn at the Shenhua River.
And Guanling, one of Yulei's top generals, leads the charge.
Yes, he goes up against Wuzhu himself. But Wuzhu retreats after only, 10 rounds.
A feint, pulling him in.
Looks like it. Because right after Wuzhu pulls back, the main event arrives.
The Wuling Saint Mother, how's she described?
As an old Taoist nun, but she's riding this incredible beast, a water-repelling rhino.
A water-repelling rhino, okay. And she's armed.
With a pair of huge iron-cutting blades. She doesn't hesitate, just engages Guanling directly. A serious fight.
But she didn't come alone, and she didn't just come to duel.
No, she brought infrastructure, like you said, the U-Dragon Array Wulong Zhen.
And the source describes this in detail, doesn't it? It's not just a name.
Right. It's complex. 5-color flags matching the 5 elements. Wood, fire, earth, metal, water. 8 trigrams dividing the space.
Creating specific zones and infantry lines sounds very intricate.
Very tightly packed infantry. A sophisticated defensive formation. But the real surprise is inside the array.
The fish-scale army.
Exactly. After just a few rounds of fighting between the Saint Mother and Guanling, she gives a signal.
And out they come, all 3,000 of them.
Yes. And this is the moment everything changes. This is where Jin's strategy shifts from tricks to tech.
Because of what they're wearing.
Yes. Full body armor, specialized stuff made completely from shark skin.
Shark skin covering them entirely.
Head to toe. Only narrow slits for the eyes. This is an illusion. It's serious military engineering.
And the impact. What happens when the Song forces attack them?
It's devastating. Standard weapons, knives, spears, they just glance off. Useless.
Yeah. Okay, tough armor. But what about projectiles?
This is the crucial detail for you, the listener. The sources explicitly say the armor is even proof against rockets.
Rockets. So early gunpowder weapons, they can't penetrate it.
Apparently not. This is a real physical advantage, an insurmountable barrier for standard Song weaponry.
Wow.
Guanling is totally overwhelmed. He can't break through. His weapons don't work.
He's forced to retreat.
A disastrous retreat. The Song army suffers heavy casualties. the text mentions 2,000 to 3,000 killed, countless wounded.
A complete reversal from the initial victory at Muyang.
Absolutely. The Jin successfully used a genuine technological innovation to neutralize the song's conventional tactics.
So Yulai's facing a totally different problem now. Not foot wraps and powder, but seemingly invincible soldiers.
He must be reeling. A huge defeat right after that easy win. He's definitely disheartened.
But then reinforcements arrive.
Yes, two crucial things happened almost immediately. First, the rest of the main army, led by the veteran General Nu Gao, finally shows up.
Okay, more troops, that helps. But the second thing.
Shisen returns. The Master Demystifier walks back into camp.
Talk about timing. This sets up quite the cliffhanger.
It really does. Yulei explains everything to Shisen the Array, the Saint Mother, the Rhino. But most importantly, the sharkskin armor and the defeat.
And what does Shisen say? Does he have an answer for this?
He listens patiently, and then with complete confidence, he just tells Yulei, rest assured, I will go out tomorrow and certainly capture her.
Capture the Saint Mother, just like that, after seeing what her troops can do. So the stage is set. Yulei orders the Song Army forward. The Jin are already retreating, a bit disorganized.
Right, and who immediately steps up for the song without waiting.
Has to be Nu Gao. Always the first into the fray, that one. Impulsive.
Totally. He rides out, issues a challenge, and Wuzhu himself, the big Jin commander, actually takes the bait, comes out with his famous Golden Sparrow axe.
So they clash. Wuzhu versus Nu Gao.
Briefly, yeah. About 10 rounds, the text says, but then it just explodes. 6 junior song generals jump in, Guanling, Lu Wenlong, Delay, and others.
And the Jin respond in kind?
Yep, 6 Jin generals meet them, Ha Tongwen, Ha Tongwu, Li Minqi. It turns into this big, messy melee pretty quickly.
Okay, so a chaotic battle scene. But then comes the really critical moment. And it's almost unexpected, right? It's not even Nu Gao or Wuzhu in that initial duel.
Exactly. It's another song general, Zhong Lang. Amidst all that chaos, he gets this opening.
And he takes it with what, an iron rod?
An oil-black iron rod, the source specifies. He lands this massive blow right on Wuzhu's left shoulder.
Oof. That sounds serious. Nearly knocks him off his horse.
Almost. Wuzhu just screams out in pain. It's a game changer. He immediately has to pull back, retreat.
And that injury. That's key for everything that follows, isn't it?
Absolutely crucial. The moment Wuzhu, their commander, is seen retreating in agony, the Jin morale just collapses.
So the other Jin generals lose heart.
Completely. Ha Tongwen and Ha Tongwu are killed almost immediately by Guanling and Delay. The rest just scatter and flee.
So the conventional battle is pretty much won at that point because of Zhong Lang's hit?
Militarily, yes. The Songers are pursuing, the Jin are broken. But then, just as you think it's wrapping up,
the bell rings.
The bell rings, and suddenly it's not a military battle anymore.
Enter the Holy Mother of the Azure Spirit, Wuling Shengmu, riding a black ox, twin swords.
And she basically challenges Yulei himself. Says, come break my array. It's a total shift to the supernatural.
It really signals that, for the Jin to be truly defeated, it needed more than just military might. It required this kind of spiritual smackdown, too.
Precisely. And how does Nu Gao handle this new mystical threat?
Oh, let me guess. Patience, caution, strategic thinking.
Not a chance. He just charges straight at her. No plan, just pure Nu Gao energy.
And the Holy Mother, does she even bother fighting him?
Nope. She just unleashes her defense.
Yeah.
These 3,000 fish-scale troops, Yulin Jun, they just swarm forward, covered in scales that are impenetrable to normal weapons. Swords, spears, they just glance off. The Song army is stuck.
Okay, so standard weapons are useless. The Song need a counter magic.
And right on cue, here comes the counter magic. Shisen arrives.
Riding a water-splitting rhinoceros. Okay, the imagery is just getting better and better.
Isn't it? And he's carrying this special sword, the pine pattern ancient fixed sword, but it's not the sword he uses first.
Right, because these fish-scale troops, they have a specific weakness.
A very specific one. Shisen pulls out a gourd.
Not just any gourd, I bet.
Definitely not. He opens it, and out fly these iron-mouthed fire crows.
Iron-mouthed fire crows. You just have to love the names. So what's their deal? Fire breath.
Even better. They're like guided missiles for eyeballs.
Wait, what?
They ignore the impenetrable scales entirely and go straight for the eyes of the fish-scale troops. They peck out their eyes.
Oh, that's gruesome. But incredibly effective, I imagine.
Devastatingly effective. Suddenly, these invincible troops are blind, panicked, running everywhere, total chaos. The Song forces can just round them up easily.
A brilliant piece of very specific magical counters. Solves that problem neatly.
It does. And then Shisen turns his attention to the Holy Mother herself.
And there's history there, right? This isn't their first meeting?
Apparently not. Shi-Sen confronts her, reminds her that his master spared her life years ago in Changsha, told her to basically go be a good Taoist and meditate.
And instead, she's here aiding the tyrant, Wuzhu. It's like a moral intervention mid-battle.
Exactly. He's calling her out, but she's defiant.
Show him back down, why not?
She says she has to avenge her son, presumably someone killed earlier in the conflict, so she refuses to surrender or retreat.
And instead, she ducks into her big defensive magic, the Azure Dragon Array.
The Wulong Zhen, yes, her stronghold.
So Shi-Sen follows her in. What's it like inside?
It's suddenly this watery hellscape. The ground turns into rolling waves, and out come these, well, the text calls them shrimp and fish monsters or demons, Xia Yao Yu Guai, armed with forks and clubs. They attack Shi-Sen and the few Song generals brave enough to follow him in. The generals have to fall back fast.
But Shi-Sen, he's not fazed.
Not at all. He just stands there, opens his mouth, and recites some kind of chant. The text doesn't say what. And boom, instant thunderclap, a huge lightning strike. The shrimp and fish demons are terrified and just scatter, hiding the conjured waves.
And he clears the minions with a word, then goes after the Holy Mother.
Chases her down. She makes one last desperate move.
Which is?
She transforms into a black dragon. An average-size black dragon, the text amusingly notes.
Average size. Okay. Does it work?
Not even slightly. Shannon is just too good. Before the dragon can really attack, he just grabs her.
Grabs the dragon how?
By the neck skin. It's like you'd grab a cat, almost. She immediately starts begging for mercy.
So much for the fearsome dragon. And he doesn't kill her.
No, interestingly. He binds her with a silk sash, again, very specific detail, loads her onto his water-splitting rhinoceros.
And takes her off to face his master, like dropping off a prisoner.
Pretty much. He declares the array broken, his mission complete, and just leaves the battlefield. The magical obstacle is gone.
Okay, so the supernatural sidebar is resolved. Back to the main battle.
Right. With the Azure Dragon array broken, the Song troops get this huge morale boost. They completely rout the rest of the Jin forces, pushing them toward the Shenhua River. It's a total collapse for the Jin.
And somewhere in that chaos, New Gao is having the time of his life, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. He's charging around, looking for high-value targets, probably shouting insults, just being New Gao.
And then he finds him, the ultimate prize.
He literally stumbles upon Wuzhu, face to face. Wuzhu is by the river, trying desperately to rally his last few remaining soldiers.
But Wuzu's not in good shape. Remember that shoulder injury?
Exactly. That injury from Zongliang pays off narratively right here. Wuzhu tries to fight New Gao, but his left arm is basically useless. He can only wield his axe with his right.
So New Gao has the advantage.
Big time. Wuzu's weakened, likely exhausted and demoralized. New Gao is, well, New Gao. Full of energy and aggression.
They fight.
They clash. New Gao manages to grab the handle of Wuzu's axe during the struggle.
An axe handle tug of war.
Sort of. New Gao gives this massive pull, and the leverage, or maybe just the momentum, sends both of them tumbling off their horses.
Oh, wow, so they both fall.
Both fall. But crucially, New Gao, being the bigger, heavier guy, lands on top of Wuzhu.
On top.
The text has this fantastic description, head over tail. Basically, New Gao just completely flattens Wuzhu, pinning him underneath.
So the great Jin general, Wanyan Wuzhu, defeated, injured, is now literally pinned under New Gao.
The ultimate humiliation. Wuzhu looks up, sees New Gao sitting on his chest, and he just screams. The text translates it roughly as, "It makes me so angry I could die." That phrase, Nukitianixai his chest filled with rage.
He spits blood.
Spits blood and dies instantly, just from the sheer force of his own anger and humiliation.
Chick dies. Anger. That is something else.
But wait, it gets better. Or worse, depending on your perspective.
How could it possibly get better than death by pure fury?
Because New Gao realizes what just happened. He's done it. He's captured and killed Wanyan Wuzhu, the archenemy.
So he's ecstatic.
Beyond ecstatic. He just starts laughing, roaring with laughter uncontrollably.
Don't leave me hanging.
And he feels this sudden shortness of breath, clutches his chest, and dies.
No.
Yes. Dies of laughter. Right there, on top of Wuzu's body.
He laughed himself to death.
He laughed himself to death. It's the most incredible, bizarre, tragicomic ending imaginable.
Wow. And the source even gives this moment a name, right?
It does. It calls it the tiger riding the dragon's back. Wuzhu dies of anger. New Gao dies of laughter. Sums it up perfectly.
A tiger riding a dragon. That's quite the image for New Gao pinning Wuzhu.
There's even a poem included right after this scene in the source, basically mocking Wuzhu. highlighting how utterly humiliating his end was. This mighty general, dying pinned under his enemy. It turns history into satire.
Power is fragile, ambition can kill you. Literally. Got it.
Pretty much.
But the story doesn't actually end there, does it? The source keeps going immediately after they die.
No, doesn't pause for breath. The moment their souls leave their bodies, Wuzhu is still furious.
Still angry even in death over being laughed at.
Apparently so. His spirit immediately grabs Nu Gao's spirit,
Wait, grabs his spirit?
drags him essentially straight to the underworld court of Yama, the king of hell,
To do what? Complain.
to file a formal complaint. He wants to sue Nu Gao in the afterlife for, presumably, causing his death by anger through excessive laughter.